Hello, how you doing today? I am Jenny Eleonora. I'm so excited about Days of Play. This is the very first time that I'm doing this, and I'm a creativity coach and I'm a vibrational healer, and I'm also a musician who put off my biggest creative dreams till I was 50, and then I put two albums out in 1 year. And now it's my mission to help other women reclaim their sense of play and live their creative purpose. So one of the things that I'm doing here this week with Days of Play is I'm refining my new everyday play module for my online course. So thank you so much for helping me play around with that. I'm so excited about this new module. It's creating a lot of synergy. We're creating a lot of synergy. We're going to create more than the sum of our parts because there's so many purposes to this play thing, each of us doing it individually and then expanding our energies out into community as well. So how these sessions are going to go each day, Monday through Friday. The first 15 minutes flow, which is, the part that you can watch on the replay and everything too, is we're going to take a peek at our creative landscapes. We're going to add our first tool today to our personal play kit, and I'll put that link in the chat again, just in case you want to check it out, if you haven't looked at it from the emails already. And then what are we doing after that? Oh, along the way each day we're going to have a little few micro doses of real play, actual play, to get into some practice. And you can tell yourself right now, okay, let's tell ourselves all, I'm okay to play. Just four little words. Say it a bunch of times in a row. Maybe say it a few different ways, right? I'm okay to play. Go ahead and do it on your own too. I'm okay to play. You can type it in the chat. You can do that too. I'm okay to play. I'm okay. I'm okay to play. So say it to yourself a whole bunch. And that was our first micro dose of play. Congratulations. We did it. We got it under our belts. And I'm still letting people in, by the way. So at the end of our 15 minutes, I'll turn off the recording and you'll have the option to stay and to share your stories of play for another 15 minutes if you want to. Those of you who have just joined, yay, I see in the chat, I'm okay to play, I'm okay. Wonderful. We're all saying, I'm okay to play. And there's the personal play kit again, link in the chat. I'll put it in a bit later too. That's basically the flow of each day, a few microdoses and everything. And also on Wednesday, I'm going to let you know about a group opportunity coming up at the end of this month that I'm starting, another brand new thing, way more powerful and connective than the average Facebook group. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now. But do we love it? Yes, we love it. Put some love in the chat for the idea. This is the idea of spending less time on social media, because the time that we are spending will turn out to be more meaningful and more impactful on all the joy factors in our lives. Jane, thanks for putting some love in the chat for that idea. I love it too. So that opportunity will start in a few weeks. And this week, we can still raise the bar on Facebook and LinkedIn. Please go ahead and post about Days of Play here every day if you can with the hashtag glowy flowy me. I'll remind you about that at the end of this session. And this is what the badge for that challenge looks like. I'll give you that file on Friday. Actually, I think it is in the Days of Play, the personal play kit as well already. And you can post it on Facebook or LinkedIn at the end of the week. Then you'll get entered into number one of our prize drawings after you've been here every day or watched all the replays, and you've filled up your personal play kit with all the tools and practiced with them a bunch this week. The drawing is going to be for my everyday play prize package, which is an over $70 value, and that's going to bump up the value of your personal play kit a lot, so the drawings are worth it. The other drawing is for those of you who get to join us live every day. So those of you who are here are already so far eligible for that second drawing. There's two prizes. Each one's going to be over $700 value. The same one will go to the two of you, one of you here live every day, and one of you post your badge with hashtag glowy flowy me at the end of the week. So here's our girl on the swing. Remember this beautiful image that got us here, right? We've been seeing it a lot. Let's go ahead and swing our hand a little, just a little bit. Swing your hand, just one of them. Remind yourself let your hand remind yourself how it feels to be free. And this is another microdose of play that we're doing right now, okay? So now let that freedom move more into your arm and let the arm swing a little bit more little bit bigger arc, little bit bigger arc, as swings do, as we do when we're swinging. And now let's just get both arms into it, right? We're gonna get both big arms swinging, swinging. This is our second microdose of play today. And now we're conducting the biggest symphony of play, okay? This is gonna be a true ode to joy, like la, 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 that kind of thing, right? This is the kind of freedom that we want in our lives, right? That's what we want. Here is where we actually are these days culturally. Okay. That's why a lot of you are here. That's why 88 people signed up for this challenge. We are feeling parched of play in our lives. We're living in this creative desert where inspiration is scarce and the heat is oppressive. And we feel like we're a long, long way away from any like resources that would be nourishing to our playful spirits. So here is a question though that we're going to explore. Even while we're in this creative desert, what if that desert was just a big sandbox to play in? It's all going to be in how we look at it. Let's dig into this sandbox and play around with our perspectives. Go ahead and put in the chat, what do you think that play is? What are your ideas about play? What kind of words or descriptions would we use for the concept of play? Okay, so while you're doing that, sometimes I'm just going to mention a few things. Sometimes what adults think of as play really isn't play. For example, when we're talking about playing music, which can be a form of play, it's one of my favorites. But sometimes when I'm on a tough learning curve with a song or a technique, I'm not always just purely enjoying myself. I've also been in bands with plenty of people who are not having any fun, even though they're playing music. So same thing we've seen with sports, playing sports. Another thing about play is just imagine something challenging, maybe like writing a book or working on a big jigsaw puzzle. That could be really enjoyable for some people, but not for others. So if the person is doing it, is engaged, and accepts the challenge, then it's play. If they get bored or cranky about it, it's probably not play. So I'm seeing some people, Jane is saying play is fun, energetic, and something that makes me smile. Yay. Hez says being creative without limitations imposed by thoughts. Awesome. I love the freedom in there. Thank you, Hez. So here's the types of play that I've been doing some research through the National Institute for Play. This is some of the types that are found. Look at this list and just put your top 3 categories into the chat. Okay, put the ones that resonate most for you, the ones that you think you resonate with the most. Body and movement, object play, imagination play, that's one of my biggies. Social play, that I go back and forth on that one. Rough and tumble play, it's one I don't really participate in. And I imagine that as adults, those of us who have that form of play might have trouble sometimes finding play partners. But just go with your gut, don't think too hard. Oh, celebration and rituals, things like dancing at a wedding or blowing out birthday candles, and then storytelling and narrative. So these are ideas from the National Institute. And right now, we are going to dig into our own personal play kits, right? You can have the thing open or you can look at it later. I think I put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat again in case some of you came in afterwards. So look at what we learned today about the types of play and try to think of one activity that you do that you might not have thought of as play before, something you get pure enjoyment from, as Hez said, without limitations imposed by thoughts, right? Oh, Jane's main ones are body and movement, object, and celebration. Think about that. Think of one thing that you've never thought of as play before. You can put it in the chat if you want, okay? And once you've picked your one mind expanding, here, I didn't get that in there, your one mind expanding play activity, just remember that or write it down. And that is your first tool to put in your personal play kit. It'll be something to build on, something you never thought of before as play, but now you're kind of thinking maybe this thing that I usually do is play. Okay, so all right, you can flesh out that list later today. You got your day 1 tool in your personal play kit. There's a bonus tool at the bottom of that too. You can register for the next couple of creative play dates the next 2 Fridays for free. The link is in some of last week's emails and at the bottom of that bonus section of the play kit in the chat. The replay email is going to come in a couple of few hours. You can read those for updates and more instructions on the prize drawing. Post your days of play experiences on Facebook and LinkedIn with the hashtag. I'm always happy to get an email or a DM to learn about your stories also. That's glowy, flowy me. That's what we're being this week. And in that spirit, we're going to do our last micro dose of play. So get your glowy, flowy soul on. I'm going to put on some music. You can swing your arms like before or move your body however you like. Sing or hum along if you want. Get some sparkles flying out of your fingertips. You are entirely free to play however you feel as we each conduct our very own ode to joy.